Josh Muggleton had the second season of the Porsche Carrera Cup Australia under his control, but heading into round 5 of the Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari circuit in Bologna, both Team TTL and the Evolution Racing Team Hornets would put Josh through his biggest test yet. Josh Muggleton would get a fantastic launch off of the grid and lead pole sitter Scott Larnack into turn 1 and would lead the field away, who magically got through the opening corners without any major incidents. A 4-car breakaway began to happen out front, led by Muggleton, Larnack and the 2 TTL cars of Dowell and Cummings, whilst their teammate Greg Stewart was helpless against a fantastic move by Mark McDonald around the outside into turn 1. Not all overtakes into turn 1 work though, as Troy Allen and Steve Hoppert found out, as Troy Allen was left flipping his way into the Tamburello corner. The yet to be beaten Josh Muggleton made a rare slip up heading into the second phase of the Acqua Minerale, allowing Scott Larnack through, but there were much bigger consequences yet to happen as contact was made with Ben Dell heading into the Variante Alta chicane. This allowed Scott Larnack to pull a 2-second lead after 10 laps of racing. Not far behind the leading pair though was McDonald, Albert and Stewart, locked in a battle for 3rd place on the podium. Albert was beginning to attack McDonald when McDonald made a mistake through the second chicane, allowing Albert to get around the outside of the difficult Tosa hairpin. However, once he had got into 3rd place, it would be a 3-second gap to Muggleton in front. But things were about to get very, very tense in this race. While slapping a lapped car, Josh Muggleton loses his brake marker and has nowhere to go but into the back of Scott Larnack, taking the 2 into the gravel trap of the Tamburello chicane. This carnage allowed Larnack's ERT Hornet teammate, Bo Albert, to leap into the race lead, whilst Mark McDonald was also able to benefit from the leading pair's dramas. Soon, all the front runners began pitting. Muggleton was first to blink, followed by Albert and Larnack on consecutive laps, with the battle between Josh and Scott able to resume after the mandatory pit stops. Mark McDonald was a big winner from the pit stop phase as he was able to close down Bo Albert's race lead in half, whilst Josh Muggleton's troublesome Sunday night just got that little bit worse with a spin at the second chicane trying to get past Scott Larnack. This left Scott with a handful of laps to try and get past Mark McDonald to make it an Evolution Racing Team 1-2, but Mark was playing all his cards right whilst Bo Albert was still pushing the limits in the race lead. Time was running out though, and it looked as if McDonald might be able to hold on to the position, which was further helped by a last-ditch effort on the last lap by Larnack into turn 1, which promoted Ben Dowell onto the podium. Out front though, Bo Albert, after starting on the 5th row of the grid after a nightmare in qualifying, had been able to stay out of complete chaos happening around him and take a 2nd podium in a row, but more importantly, his 1st win. Best known for his headlight flashing on the grid, Albert was finally able to deliver the goods and take the checkered flag nearly 2 seconds ahead of Mark McDonald, who drove an incredible race to make his way through the field and into a debut podium.